Good morning. Welcome to RT208 Imaging Equipment and Maintenance. Module 1 Basic Circuitry. Electrostatic and electrodynamics will be discussed in this module. Objectives. At the completion of this presentation, the student should be able to do the following. 1. Define electrification and provide examples. 2. List the laws of electrostatics. 3. Identify units of electric current, electric potential, and electric power. And number 4. Describe basic circuitry and differentiate series circuit and parallel circuit. It is important for us to remember that the primary function of an X-ray imaging system is to convert electric energy into electromagnetic energy. Okay? So let us go back to the law of conservation of energy. So it states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be converted into one form to another. So in the images, as you can see, in the letter A image, so it is a chemical energy, okay, converted to light energy. Okay. Then in letter B, it is electric energy converted to mechanical energy. And in letter C, it is electric energy converted to thermal energy. Electrostatic is the study of stationary electric charges. So meaning, ito yung mga electric charges na hindi gumagalaw. Kaya nga siya ay stationary. So sabi dito, dapat natin tandaan na matter has mass and energy equivalence. Matter also may have electric charge. So ano ba ang electric charge? So electric charge can either be positive or negative. So it has potential energy. Okay, what is potential energy? It is the ability to do work. Energy, di ba? And the smallest unit of electric charge is electron and proton. And their fundamental unit or standard unit or SI unit is Coulomb. So 1 Coulomb is to 6 times 10 to the 18th power electron charges. So yan yung equivalence niya. So the smallest charge is associated with an electron and a proton is 1.610 to the negative 19 Coulomb per electron charge or Coulomb per proton charge. Paano siya nakuha? So 1 Coulomb divided by 6 times 10 to the negative 18. Okay, clear? Okay. So the electric charges associated with an electron and a proton have the same magnitude, but the difference is their signs. Of course, pag electron, negative sign. And pag proton, it is positive sign. Electron, negatively charged particle. Proton, positively charged particle. Okay, having known these small units of electric charge, so what does electrified means? So electrified means that the object has too few or too many electrons. Bakit, sir, bakit electrons lang po ang pinag-uusapan natin kapag electrified or electricity or electrostatic? Bakit po kadalasan ay electrons? So the reason is because of the atomic structure. Remember that the protons are located in the nucleus together with the neutron, and it is tightly bounded, while the electrons are more freely orbiting the nucleus, and therefore the electrons are the ones who are mainly affected or mainly utilized in the process of electrification. And of course, electrification is the process of adding or removing electrons from an object or an electrified object. So it is created by three ways: by contact, by friction, or by induction. Okay. So the example is a comb. So kapag nagsuklay ka, okay, or yung iyong yung suklay ay nirab mo sa paper, so that is by friction, okay? So yung ma-generate na electron from the paper, matatransfer siya sa suklay, sa comb. And then kapag nilapit mo siya sa buhok, so yung buhok ay tatayo, magiging electrified. Okay, and that is by process of induction naman. The transfer of electron by process of induction. Then electric ground. So this electric ground is very important. The concept of electric ground is very important for us to know. Hindi lang dahil sa tayo ay nag-deal with kilo voltage when we are dealing with our X-ray imaging system, but also magagamit din natin to sa ating understanding pagdating natin sa electrical system sa ating mga kanya-kanyang bahay. Ano ba yung electric ground? So, electric ground, one object that is available to accept electric charges from an electrified object is the Earth. So that is the main or the largest reservoir of electric charges, the Earth. Okay? Kaya tinatawag siyang electric ground. Okay. So itong electric ground, ito ay isang system na kung saan ginagawa sa mga electrical system para pag mayroong burst ng o surge ng electricity, yung sobrang electricity niya ay instead na mapunta o sumabog, ay siya ay mapupunta sa lupa. Okay, kung makikita nyo, there is a grounding rod, clamp, and the grounding electrode conductor. So the electrode conductor, yan yung papunta doon sa electrical system ng either bahay or isang X-ray imaging system. Okay. Ibig sabihin, hindi tayo makukuryente dahil yung flow ng electron or ng electricity ay papunta sa lupa. Okay? So yan yung electric ground. When we say hindi tayo makukuryente, hindi tayo matutusta. Okay? So dadaan lang sa atin yung kuryente. Okay, magiging tayong conductor. Then yung excess electricity ay papunta siya sa lupa, sa earth. Okay? Now we go to the electrostatic laws. So the first is electric field radiates out from positive charge. Then electric fields radiates toward a negative charge. Unlike charges attract, and of course, like charges repel. And lastly, uncharged particles do not have electric field. So these electrostatic laws are represented by this illustration. So as you can see, sa letter A, it is a positively charged particle. So therefore, the electric field radiates out from the positive charge. So outward yung kanyang electric field. Pakikita nyo sa letter A. Then sa letter B naman, dahil siya ay negatively charged particle, so inward or towards the particle yung electric field. And that is the reason why like charges repel and unlike charges attract. So imagine kung parehas outward ang electric field. So magbabanggaan lang sila, hindi sila magdidikit. And they will repel each other. As well as kung parehas inward ang electric field, ganun din, magbabanggaan. So, like charges repel. That is evident by letter C and letter D. And syempre, unlike charges repel, unlike charges attract. Kasi si positive towards or outward, and yung negative is inward. So si positive na outward, yung kanya electric field, ma-attract siya ng electric field ng negatively charged particle dahil siya ay inward or towards the negative particle. So, unlike charges attract. Then, letter F, as you can see, it is they are uncharged particle and they do not exhibit electrical field. Okay, very clear. So ano nga ba ang electric field? So these are lines of force exerted on charged ions in the tissues by the electrodes. So it causes charged particles to move from one pole to another. So katulad ng nabanggit natin kanina, pag positive charge, outward ang electric field, pag negative ay inward or towards the negative charge particle. Okay? So yan yung ating electric field. Okay? Line of force. Kaya kung makikita nyo, siya ay mga lines. Okay? Then electrostatic force. The force of attraction between unlike charges or repulsion between like charges. So ang tawag daw doon sa force na nag-attract at nagre-repel sa mga charges ay electrostatic force. Okay. Electrostatic force is directly proportional to the product of the charges. Okay? So, kung gaano kalakas yung charge, ay ganun din kalakas yung electrostatic force. Pero, electrostatic force is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the two charges. Ibig sabihin, kapag ang dalawang charges ay mas malapit, mas malakas ang electrostatic force. Subalit, kapag itong dalawang charges ay unti-unting naghihiwalay o lumalayo, mabilis na humihina ang electrostatic charge. Now we proceed to the Coulomb's law. Coulomb's law states that the electrostatic force is directly proportional to the product of the electrostatic charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Okay, so this Coulomb's law is represented by this formula. F equals K times QA times QB, Q sub B divided by D squared. Okay. Ibig sabihin, where F is electrostatic force, ang kanyang unit ay Newton, Q sub A and Q sub B are electrostatic charges which have the unit of Coulomb, and D is the distance between the charges with the unit of meter, and K is a constant of proportionality which the value is 9 times 10 to the 9th power Newton meter squared per Coulomb squared. So yan yung Coulomb's law. Okay? So basically, Coulomb's law computes for the electrostatic force. Okay? Kung gaano ba kalakas ang electrostatic force between the charges. Okay? So it is important for us to remember that electric charge distribution is uniform throughout or on the surface of a conductor. So as you can see in the image, okay, the electric charge, which is negative, are in uniform distribution sa surface ng ating wire or ng ating conductor. Okay. However, electric charge of a conductor is concentrated or mas madami ang concentration or ang bilang ng electric charge sa isang conductor along the sharpest curvature ng surface, meaning sharpest na paliko. Okay? Sharpest na curvature, either paliko, tupi, or dulo. Okay? As you can see sa ating example, sa cattle prod, okay, the concentration of the negatively charged or negative electric charge ay nasa dulo kasi nandun yung curve. Diba? Okay? The curve can be seen at the end of the cattle rod. Here, ito pa curve yan. Kaya nagko-concentrate dito ang electric charges. Okay. So cattle prod are used to electrify cattle in order for the cattle to move. Okay. Then, having known the electric charges, now we proceed to the electric potential. Okay. What is electric potential? Basically, electric potential is synonymous to voltage. Okay. So there's a unit, of course, is volts. So 1 volts is equivalent to 1 joule per coulomb or 1 potential energy per unit charge. So tandaan na, pag sinabing 1 volts at tinanap ng 1, kung ano ang equivalent ng 1 volts, ang equivalent niya ay 1 joule per coulomb. Okay? Next, now after knowing the electrostatic laws, we proceed to electrodynamics. Kung ang electrostatic is the study of stationary electric charge or non-moving electric charge or electric charges, of course, electrodynamics is the study of moving electric charges. Okay? So very simple. Okay? And there are 4 electric states of matter. Okay, one is conductor, second insulator, third semiconductor, and fourth superconductor. Okay, so ano-ano ba tong 4 electric states of matter? So first, the conductor. So any substance through which electrons flow easily. So yun yung conductor. Okay? So anong characteristic niya? The characteristic of a conductor, so variable ang kanyang resistance. Okay? It obeys the Ohm's law. Mamaya alamin natin kung ano ba yung Ohm's law. And then it requires, of course, electric potential or voltage. So examples of a conductor is copper, aluminum, and water. Okay, so yan yung conductor. Now, after conductor is the insulator. Any material naman that does not allow electron flow. So, pinipigilan niya ang pagdaloy ng electrons. Insulator. Okay? Characteristic does not permit electron flow. Extremely high ang kanyang resistance. And necessary with high voltage. Okay. Okay, bakit siya necessary with high voltage? Para hindi tayo makuryente. Okay? Example ay glass, rubber, and clay. Then we move to the semiconductor. Okay. From the word pa lang, di ba, semi. So, pwede siyang 50% pwede siyang conductor and 50% pwede siyang insulator. Kaya nga, okay, any material that behave in some condition as a conductor or as an insulator. So characteristic can be conductive, okay, can also be resistive, and the basis for computers. Okay, example ay silicon and germanium. Then, syempre, the superconductor. Any material that allows electron flow without resistance. Dahil siya ay without resistance, therefore, siya ay hindi sumusunod sa Ohm's law. Okay? So characteristic, no resistance to electron flow, no electric potential required, so no voltage required, then must be very cold, super lamig. Okay? Examples niya ay niobium, okay? And titanium. Okay. Superconductivity is the property of some matter to exhibit no resistance below a critically low temperature. Okay? Then sino ba si William Shockley? So William Shockley demonstrated semiconduction. Okay? So these are the summary of our 4 electrical states of matter. Okay? So makita niyo nandyan na yung state. Okay, column 1 state, column 2 the material or the examples of each state of electrical states of matter. Then of course their characteristic can be seen in the third column. Okay, electric circuits. So basically, ito yung pinaka-topic natin, di ba? Okay, this is the path of electron flow from generating source through the various components and back again to the generating source of energy. Okay, so yan, kung makikita natin, so alin ba ang generating source? So the generating source is the battery. So this is an example of a basic circuit. Okay? Ito ay illustration, ito ay schematic diagram. Okay? So this is the electrical path. Okay? This is the symbol for a switch. Okay? So kapag nakataas siya ay naka-switch off. Pag naka-switch on siya ay naka-lapat. Okay? Then this is the light bulb, the symbol for light bulb. Okay? Then the path, the wire, pabalik siya uli sa battery. So remember, di ba, yung flow ng electricity natin, yung electric charge, diba, positive, outward. Okay? Paikot. And then, negative inward. Okay, so ganun siya. Okay, so ganun din dito, positive, papunta sa switch, paikot. Okay, then negative, pabalik. Okay. Then electric current. So, electric current flow. Diba? So, it is therefore the flow of electrons through a conductor. Okay, so the direction always opposite ng electron flow. It is measured in amperes. Okay, so 1 ampere is equivalent to 1 coulomb per second or 1 electric charge per second. Okay, so remember tandaan. Again, 1 ampere is equivalent to 1 coulomb per second. Electric potential again, so babalik tayo sa volts. Okay, again, 1 volt is to 1 joule per coulomb. Then electric resistance measured in ohms. Okay, the symbol of ohms is the Greek letter omega. Okay, the capital letter omega. Okay, so it is important for us to remember increasing electric resistance results in the reduced electric current. Therefore, electric resistance is inversely proportional with electric current. Mas mataas ang resistance, mas mababa ang electric current. Pag mataas ang electric current, mababa ang electric resistance. Okay? So, tanda natin yan Okay, next. Now we go to the Ohm's law. So, Ohm's law states that the voltage across the total circuit or any portion of the circuit is equal to the current times the resistance. So, napakadaling intindihin ng Ohm's law. So, ang voltahe daw, ang electric potential na dumadaloy sa circuit ay sa isang bahagi nito ay katumbas ng electrical current times the resistance. So the formula is V equals IR, or kapag resistance ang hinahanap, R equals V over I. Kapag current ang hinahanap, which is I, equals V over R. Or simply follow the Ohm's law triangle. So again, the letter I correspond to the electric current or current, V to the voltage, and R to the resistance. Okay? So, there are two basic types of electric circuit. So, ano ito? So, basically, we have the series and the parallel. Okay? So, yan lang yung two basic types ng ating electric circuits. So, series circuit. All circuit elements are connected in one line along the same conductor. Okay, so this is the conductor, the wire. Okay, so circuit element number 1, okay, number 2, number 3. So siya ay connected. Magkaka-connect in one line along the same conductor. Series circuit. While when we apply Ohm's law to the series circuit, so here are the rules. Okay, the total resistance is equal to the sum of the individual resistance. So i-add mo lang lahat ng resistance na meron or present sa circuit. Then the total current through each circuit element is equal and same to the total circuit current. And lastly, the sum of the voltages across each circuit element is equal to the total circuit voltage. So, para madaling maintindihan, ito yung kanilang formula. Total resistance, i-add mo lang lahat ng resistance. So, add mo yung resistance 1, resistance 2, resistance 3. Then, voltage, total voltage, ganun din. Sum of the total voltages. Okay? So, add mo si voltage 1, voltage 2, voltage 3. Okay? Then, paano po si current, sir? Si current ay equal. Okay? Tandaan mabuti. For series, equal ang current. Bakit po siya equal, sir? Kasi, remember that, isa lang ang dinadaluyan or lahat ng circuit element ay connected along a single line of the same conductor. So isa lang ang kanilang electric current. Iisa ang value. Okay? The second type of circuit is the parallel circuit. So the elements or circuit elements in these circuits are connected at the ends rather than lying in a line along a conductor. So ibig sabihin, hindi siya magkakadugtong in one line. Okay? So magkaka-connect daw siya sa end. So beginning at saka end. Okay? So meaning, kahit maputol ang isa dito, iilaw pa rin yung ibang bulbs. So siya ay parallel. Kaya siya parallel kasi yung let's say dito sa image na to, yung tatlong circuit element ay nakahilera na halos para silang magkakatabi. Parallel. Okay? So, when we apply Ohm's law to the parallel circuit, so these are the rules we need to follow. So the sum of the currents through each circuit element is the total or equal to the total circuit current. Okay, number 2, the voltage across each circuit element is the same and is equal to the total voltage. Okay, and number 3, the total resistance is the inverse of the sum of the reciprocals of each individual resistance. So again, here is the illustration, the formula. Okay, so sabi dito, yung total current ay sum ng lahat ng current. So dito may tatlong current, so current 1 plus current 2 plus current 3. So that is the total current. Okay. Ang kaibahan ng series at parallel, so sa parallel, ang voltage ang pare-parehas, ang equal. Okay, the total voltage equal siya sa lahat ng voltage, B1, B2, and B3. While sa series, ang equal ay current. Okay, so bakit naman po ganon, sir? So, dito kasi ay magkakaiba ng path. Okay? May tatlong path na dinaanan. May tatlong path na current. Okay. So kung makikita mo, let's say dito sa first circuit element, maikli lang yung path niya, yung current niya. Dito naman sa second circuit element, mas mahaba siya. And lalo na sa third circuit element. So magkakaiba siya ng current. While the voltage is the same voltage na applied sa lahat ng circuit element. Hindi nababago ang voltage. Sir, bakit po hindi nabago yung voltage? Kasi hindi naman siya dumaan doon sa unang circuit element. Tapos hindi siya dumaan sa lahat ng circuit element na papatong-patong, unlike do sa series. Di ba yung series, dadaan muna siya sa unang bulb, yung voltahe, and then dadaan uli siya do sa pangalawang bulb, dadaan uli siya sa pangatlong bulb, bago siya bumalik sa source. Pero dito, yung voltage, okay, let's say sa per circuit element, so dadaan yung voltage dito, then balik na siya sa source. Dadaan yung voltage sa circuit element 2, pero hindi siya dumaan ng circuit element 1. Balik siya dun sa pinanggalingan. And then lastly, yung voltage dadaan sa circuit element 3 na hindi dumaan sa circuit element 1 at circuit element 2. So the voltage remains the same. Okay? Clear tayo dyan, ha? Again, sa series, current ang same. Sa parallel, ang same ay voltage. But the resistance is, ito kakaiba ng formula ng resistance because inverse. Total resistance ay inverse. So, 1 over RT equals 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2 plus 1 over R3. Okay, so yan yung ating rules on how to apply the Ohm's law in the parallel circuit. Okay. Next, these are the symbols and functions of electrical circuit elements. So we have in the first column the circuit elements, then second column their symbols, and on the third column their function. So resistor, okay, this is the symbol. Its function is to inhibit electron flow. Then the battery, okay, see the symbol, provides electric potential or the voltage. Then capacitor, Okay, that is the symbol. Momentarily stores electric charge. Then the ammeter, okay, measures electric current. Then voltmeter, it measures voltage, electrical potential or voltage. Then the switch turns the circuit on or off by providing infinite resistance. And then the transformer, this is the symbol, increase or decrease voltage by fixed amount in alternating current only. Then the rheostat, variable resistor, okay. Then diode allows electron to flow in one direction only. So these are the basic or common symbols in the electric circuit element. So now we proceed to the difference between the direct current and the alternating current. First, direct current. So electrons that flow in one direction only. Isang direction lang daw dumadaloy ang electrons. Okay, as you can see in the illustration, okay, ito yung electrons in one direction only. At ang kanyang voltage ay diretso lang. Okay? While in alternating current, electron flows alternately in opposite direction. Okay, in opposite direction daw. So you can see here, okay? So it is the alternating current is represented by a sine wave. Okay? So first, okay, papunta siya doon, yung direction ng electron. And then, after a particular period of time, mag-alternate siya. Okay? Then, yung current niya ay pabalik naman. Okay? And siya ay dire-diretso and so on with the same principle. Kaya siya ay alternating current. Okay? Flows alternately in opposite direction. Okay. So siya ay nangyayari lang sa 60 Hz current. Okay? So waveform, okay, nabanggit natin yan kanina. So graphic representation of a wave. So the x-axis ay time and the y-axis is the amplitude of electric current or voltage. Okay? Sa alternating current ay sinusoidal ang kanyang waveform at ang sa DC ay straight line. Straight line, sinusoidal waveform. Okay? Tandaan, DC straight line, AC sinusoidal straight or sinusoidal waveform. Okay? Okay, now electric power. So it is measured in watts. Okay, 1 watt is equivalent to 1 ampere times 1 voltage. So thus the formula P equals IV or equals I squared R. Okay? So P is ang ibig sabihin niya is power in watts, okay? Yung unit niya ay watts. So again, I represents current, unit in ampere. V is electric potential, unit in volts. Then same din dun sa succeeding. Plus R, corresponding to resistance with the unit of ohms. Okay? So we will be computing for electric power. So first, Question. If the cost of the electric power is 10 centavos per kilowatt hour, how much does it cost to operate a 100-watt light bulb an average of 5 hours per day for 1 month? Okay, let us see. Okay, computation for the answer. So first, we must solve for the total time. Okay, so in 1 month there are 30 days, and according to the given, the light bulb shall be used every day for 5 hours. Okay, so 30 times 5, so the answer is 150. So the light bulb is used in 30 days or by 150 hours per month. And now we compute for the total power. Okay, so 150 hour per month times 100 watts because the light bulb is 100 watts. So the answer is, the consumed power is 15,000 watt hour per month. But we must convert it into kilowatt hour. Okay, so therefore, the total power consumed is 15 kilowatt hour per month. Okay, so the problem asks for how will it cost? Magkano? Okay, so the total cost, in order to get the total cost, so the total power consumed times the rate per kilowatt hour. Okay, so 15 kilowatt hour per month, okay, times 10 centavos per kilowatt hour. Okay, so remove the uh, the kilowatt hour. Okay, so matitira na lang is centavos per month. Okay, so it will cost you about 150 centavos per month or 1.550 pesos per month. Okay. Next problem. An X-ray imaging system that draws a current of 80 ampere is supplied with 220 volts. What is the power consumed? Okay, so now we use the formula P equals IV. Okay, P corresponds to the power, I to the current, and B to the electric potential. So substitution, electric current is 80 amperes, electric potential is 220 volts. So 80 amperes times 220 volts is equals to 17,600 watts. So that is the total power consumed. However, we must convert it into kilowatts, okay, because the SI unit is kilowatts. Okay, so therefore, the total power consumed is 17.6 kilowatt. Okay, that is the answer for the second problem. Okay, third problem, the overall resistance of a mobile X-ray imaging system is 10 ohms. When plugged into a 110 voltage receptacle, how much current does it draw, or how much power, and how much power is consumed. So there are two questions to be answered. How much current does it draw, and how much power is consumed? So let us answer. Yes. First, we utilize the formula P equals IV because it is given na 11 ampere plus 10 given yung current and voltage. Okay, so 11 ampere and times 110 voltage equals 100 or 1210 watts. Okay, then using the second formula, okay, so that is P equals I. Sorry, dapat dito may 2. Okay, I squared. Okay, I squared. So this will be squared. Okay. So 11 ampere squared times 10 ohms. Okay, so the answer is 100 or 1210 watts or 1.21 kilowatt. Okay, so these are my references for our discussion. Okay. Thank you very much for listening for our discussion for today. If you have questions, you can directly send me a message and I will try to answer your question to the best of my abilities. And again, thank you very much. Have a good day. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Ad infinitum. Okay, to infinity.